It has everything in the United States dumped down there because of air conditioning and jet travel. Everybody goes down. Everybody comes from somewhere else in the Caribbean, goes to there as a result, and it's kind of a kaleidoscopic state. I still go back to this thing I did with Pat Caddell. How in God's earth do you project when you're only halfway through a game, who's going to win the whole game when you're dealing with Cuban Americans, Caribbean Americans, Haitians, you're dealing with Dominicans, you're dealing with snowbirds from Minnesota moved down south, you've got New Yorkers living in the Gold Coast. How do you do it? How do you project a state like that? Paul, I'll give you a break. How do you project a state like that with half the returns in?
Well, I'm sure they have models to do it, Chris, but you have to understand.
Without the absentee ballots, how do you model that?
I spent 16 years of my life affecting elections, not predicting them. Nobody paid me to predict an election, right? They paid me a bunch of money. Oh, no, so what they do is they get the exit polling. Right. Then what they ought to do, and I think they do, is take a look at key targeted precincts that often serve as bellwethers. They model that against
Can you do that with absentee ballots out there of this proportion?
It depends on how many there are and what the traditional performance. Now, absentee ballots in most states trend Republican, but in Florida, you have a whole lot of seniors who may well be voting absentee who are very Democratic. So I wouldn't put too much faith if I were
So they're commuters up and down the coast. They get back home a lot to New York or whatever.
There may be, but I think a whole lot of the seniors who have gotten absentee ballots in Florida may well be Gore voters and not necessarily the way absentee ballots are, say, in the Northeast, where they're traditionally more Republican.
Do you expect a concession speech tonight? Does anybody, as long as Florida's sitting out there like that, in limbo?
Not now.
Early?
Not now.
Because even if you throw the 54 states from California to Gore, which most people think he'll get, he's not anywhere near 270.
Look at Brian has mentioned it. You've mentioned it. The fluidity of the evening is such that a half an hour ago, 45 minutes ago, we're all off camera eating a banana, saying, "Boy, this thing is cooked. It's done." Yeah. You know, Florida, Pennsylvania, it's all done, and now we're back here, and it's a whole new ballgame.
One second, I go.